In this video, I'm going to teach you exactly how the average man or any man can get anywhere from 1 to 4 dates per week without making his life revolve around dating. So let's go. Now, this process that I'm about to teach you is exactly what I teach to the guys who pay me for coaching. Links in bio. If you want to know more about this, I have a training platform, I have one-to-one coaching, I have live calls. You don't have to do that. You can just watch this video and try and implement it yourself. I even have some free guides and a free school training group somewhere down there in my description. So what is this 3-stage process that I teach guys that legitimately gets them multiple dates per week? But what I teach them is you need to view yourself as a product. Okay, so let's think about an online product, something you are selling. To maximize sales in that product, what do? Well, you need to market it in as many places as possible. Because right now, I'm willing to bet you're doing just one thing. You're either just on dating apps, on maybe 1 or 2 apps, or you're just doing in person or trying to and probably failing. You need to be doing as many mediums as possible to meet women if you want to build up experience fast or you want to roster, which many guys do. Most guys, they want to date multiple women at once, have their kind of pick, and then settle down with the one, right? If you want to do this, keep watching this video. So I'm going to put it out there straight away. The 3 things you need to do, or the 3 ways to market yourself, it's going to be Instagram, dating apps, multiple, and in-person approaches, okay? So what does this look like in practice? Well, the very first thing that I do with the guys that I'm working with is I build them a game plan for at least 3 months. So they have week to week and month to month tasks for things they specifically need to improve on. And for most guys, it's going to be confidence, mindset, communication, how they sound, and then a host of other things. But generally within the first month, I send them off to get either a photo shoot done or take pictures themselves on like a tripod like what I'm using now, or go out with some friends. Why do we need this? Because as soon as you have 4 to 6 very good pictures, and good pictures doesn't mean pixel amount, it just means how good you look in the picture, then we can set up your Instagram. Then we can set up multiple dating apps. And assuming the pictures actually work, you can immediately start generating leads with this medium or these mediums from your phone. Before I even attempted an approach with a woman, I was absolutely hammering dating apps and Instagram, and I was getting lots and lots of dates from this. I met girlfriends by doing this, multiple. And then once I built my confidence through these things and I was getting dates from this, that's when I actually built the confidence to do my approaches. Now, I'm not saying you have to take this approach, but if you are somebody who's absolutely terrified of approaching a random woman, a stranger, this could be your solution, and it will be your solution like I prescribe to many of the guys that I work with. So step 1, pictures, okay? Free guides below. I know I'm hammering this free guide stuff, but I do give away a lot of value as far as pictures, taking pictures. So just go down. I have YouTube videos on this. The 6 pictures you need for dating apps for Instagram. So once you have your 4 to 6 high quality pictures, especially on dating apps, the first thing that we do is we just leave it for 24 hours, because we've found that with the ELO score and how the algorithm works, you can basically artificially bump or boost your ratings within these apps. Because what happens is, let's imagine you set up your dating apps and the first thing you do is swipe. The app is going to categorize you as a low value individual because you're behaving a bit desperate, right? Whereas if you leave the apps for at least 24 hours, you're showing the app you're not desperate. Think about how a very attractive woman acts on dating apps. Does she immediately open the app and start turbo swiping? Yes. No, she doesn't. She opens it, swipes for a few times, puts her phone down, forgets about it for a few days, comes back to it, swipe again. Oh, he's hot, organized date, boom, done. Okay? Most of the hottest girls that I've met on dating apps, it's been because I was one of the first guys to match her and message her. So there definitely is an element of luck involved in this process. But with time, the more time you spend in this, the more you try, the more your luck increases, and then you are going to get the results you want. It is as simple as that, okay? Time coupled with some intentional pictures and texting. That's the dating app side of things. And I recommend you spend anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes per day swiping. Another common question I get, Matthew, should I pay for the dating apps? Simple answer, if you can afford them, yes. Paying for dating apps and boosts will 100% benefit you, but all it's doing really is speeding up your results. So if you want to speed up your results, then pay for it. If this is out of your budget, you don't need to, okay? That's the first stage of this process. Pictures and then dating apps. Second process, set your Instagram up, okay? So I will flash up on screen now my personal Instagram, which is what I use to get many dates, okay? Now essentially we're gonna mirror our dating apps. So the exact pictures you have on dating apps, you're gonna put them on Instagram. Instagram. But the difference is you're gonna add a few more lifestyle pictures, random scenery pictures. You'll see the examples on my page. Highlights, I like to have life 23, 24, 25, basically highlighting the cool things that I do, whether it's driving my nice car, going on vacation, holidays, nice dinners, out with my girl, whatever it is, right? I'm showing my lifestyle. And if you didn't know this already by now, Instagram is the biggest dating app that exists. Everyone's on this, and by using my Instagram method, basically treating Instagram as a search engine and finding women this way, you're gonna be able to find women. Now, don't get me wrong, this does take some work and some graft. You're gonna have to spend some time following, messaging, unfollowing, and finding girls who you would go on dates with. But pro tip, do not follow girls that have more than 2,000 followers. Even a girl with 1,000 followers, is she gonna respond to you if you have 100 followers? Probably not. So I'm not saying you have to have loads of followers, but if you have nothing, you probably wanna buy 500 to 1,000 followers to make it look like you have somewhat of a presence, right? Some friends following you, some random people following you, because girls, they don't care that much about followers if they don't have followers, but if you have 0 followers, it's a bit of a red flag, okay? So first thing, within the Instagram method, follow women within your league, okay? The ideal scenario is you find women that have less than 1,000 followers. They are cute, attractive, don't post loads of pictures, but they're still attractive, okay? Because I've seen guys who I'm coaching one-to-one come to me and they're trying to follow these women with blue ticks and 10,000 followers saying, why is she not replying to me? Well, why do you think? Do you think you're the only guy doing this? No. And sliding into the DMs does actually work. But again, you need a texting structure. Free texting guidance in my description below. I have a step-by-step structure where I teach guys, basically, first message, do this. Second message, do this. If she says this, do this. Okay? It's fairly intuitive, fairly straightforward, and it does work. Once you're doing your daily swiping on dating apps, you're doing your daily messaging and following on Instagram, you're gonna start accumulating some conversations. Within a few weeks, you should, if you have the right pictures, be getting dates organized. Fast forward another month, you now have a constant rotation and influx of new girls. New girls come in, old girls come out. This is how you build a rotation and how very attractive guys have a constant flow of dates. They're doing this, okay, because more attractive guys are usually more active on social media, dating apps, because they're getting results, right? Because they're more attractive. But you, as the average guy, can still get these results, but you need to try harder. You need to be more intentional, because if you're not naturally very good looking, you need to work a bit harder. You need to make sure your hair is always on point. You're getting regular haircuts. You are low body fat, okay? I never go above, let's say, 15% body fat. I always have some abs, if you can see them there. I always wear nice clothes that show off my physique and muscles, okay? You have to do these things. If you're a good looking guy, you can get away with slacking, okay? But if you're not a good looking guy and you're just normal, you can't get away with this stuff, okay? So now we've covered the online side of things, and I am completely freeballing this video. I've not scripted it. The only thing I've thought of was my hook. And the reason why I can freeball this is because every day I'm teaching this, whether it's live calls, webinars, on my training platform, on school, or it's one-to-one that I'm doing coaching with. Currently, we have over 500 members between my paid community and my non-paid community. My paid has 260 something, whatever it is, at the time of watching this video, okay? And these guys, they are doing decent investments. So that shows you that this is a legitimate thing that you can learn. Just like personal training, you can hire a dating coach. A lot of guys, they don't seem to realize that this is a thing. And when I do calls with them, they're like, oh, no way. I can pay somebody to fast track my progress and this information and basically have a consultant within texting, style, pictures, approaching, communication, my dates. I had a guy yesterday send me a recording of a date, an entire recording of him sat on a date with a girl he's dating, okay? And I can give him extremely specific guidance and feedback as to his tone, the questions he asks, what he talks about in general, how he comes across, because even though I can't see him, when I hear somebody's tone of voice, I can guess what facial expression they have, how confident they are, etc. Now, the final thing, which is the dreaded in-person game approaching, probably the thing you're avoiding. Approaches, okay? You need to be putting yourself in situations where you're meeting attractive women. My advice and guidance to the guys that I'm working with is, if you can, do work in cafes. If you can, every week, multiple times, go to a nice bar, go to a nice social event where you're going to be able to bump shoulders with people, women you find attractive. If this is out the question, then you're going to have to make more of an effort when it comes to grocery shopping, the gym. You need to think about, where do I go and does that contain attractive women? Because for me, if I was single, let's say I go to this kind of very bodybuilding niche gym, I'm going to change to a commercial gym. Yes, it's not as good. Yes, the equipment isn't as good, but if I'm going to meet lots of women, I'm going to do that. Now, I'm not going to give you the approaching guidance right now because I have entire videos on this. I have more free training, surprise, surprise, in my description below. Go and follow this stuff and you will see how you can start doing regular approaches. And within, like I say, a few weeks, if you're doing the dating apps, you're doing the Instagram, you're doing the approaches, it is impossible not to build a rotation or a roster of women to which you can then choose, okay, I'll date you seriously, or I'll date you seriously. Maybe you don't even want to build a rotation. Maybe you want to go straight into something more serious. That is fine. You choose what you want. But if you're currently sat there just swiping on dating apps and you've taken no other action, do not be surprised when you don't get the results you want. That was this video, guys. Make sure you are subscribed. I do upload fairly consistently, regularly sometimes, but I am very consistent on TikTok, Instagram, where I post daily advice on there. As always, if you want more training, speak to me one-to-one, description below. I'm going to keep plugging my stuff because I know you guys need it. Until the next video, I will see you all later.